Okay, we're going to look at quadratic curve sketching. Now, a quadratic curve is one with an x squared in it. That's a positive x squared, we say it's happy, and a negative x squared is sad. For curve sketching, you always follow this set of rules. You find where it crosses the axes. And to do this, it crosses the x-axis when y equals 0. And it crosses the y-axis when x equals 0. So you always find those intersection points first. Then you find the turning point. So if you remember how to do that, you set dy by dx equals 0. You find x, then sub into y to find y. And then you need to find the nature of the turning point. And to do that, you find the second derivative and sub in your x if you need to, if needed. And remember, if it is less than 0, it's a max. And if it is greater than 0, it's a min. And then what you do is you sketch the curve. These instructions follow whenever it's a cubic, which is the next lesson. But what we'll do is we'll do 2 examples here. So example 1, sketch y equals 3x squared, add 22x minus 16. So first of all, find where it crosses the axes. So it crosses the x-axis when y equals 0. You need to learn that off. So you put y to be 0. So 0 equals 3x squared, add 22x minus 16. Now you can factorize it or you can use the formula. I tend to just use the formula quite a bit. So c is minus 16. So x is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So it's minus 22 plus or minus 22 squared, which is 484, minus 4 times a times c, all over 2a. So x equals minus 22 plus or minus 484. So 4 times 3 times 16, and remember 2 minuses give you a positive, over 6. So x equals minus 22 plus the square root of 484 add 192. So that's the square root of 676 over 6, and minus 22 minus it over 6. Square root of that is 26. So it's minus 22 add 26 divided by 6. So your first x is 2/3 and your second x is working out in the calculator is minus 8. Now this is where it crosses the x-axis. So that means when x is 2/3, y is 0. And when x is minus 8, y is 0. And put a box around that because you're going to come back to that later on. It's good practice to find where it crosses the y-axis. So it crosses the y-axis when x is 0. That's much easier. So y equals 3 times 0 squared plus 22 times 0 minus 16. So it crosses the y-axis there. So x is 0, and that's your y. Now for the turning point. Turning point is when dy by dx equals 0. So we'll go over to the side and do dy by dx. So there's your y at the top. Differentiate that. 6x add 22. Put it equal to 0. And you get x equals minus 22 over 6. Now remember, it's a point. So you've got to find out what the y is. So y is 3x squared plus 22 times your x minus 16. So if you work that out, you should get on your calculator minus 56 1/3. So that's your turning point. Now don't forget to find the nature of the turning point. So number 3, nature. So you need the second derivative. My first derivative is up there. Differentiate that again. It's a positive, so it's a minimum. Putting it all together in a wee sketch. Now, they will not be worried about your sketch being accurate or anything, as long as you get the main bits on. It crosses at 2/3 0. You must put 2/3 on it. It crosses at -8. It crosses the y-axis at -16. And your turning point is over here somewhere. So it does not have to be accurate. And a third. And basically, it's like join the dots. That's your first curve sketching done. We'll do another one. Just for a wee bit of more practice. And then we'll do the exercise. So, now that's not with the iPad. So example 2, we're going to sketch y equals 9 minus 4x squared.